Hi everyone, welcome to 150 Hours of Chess. Today is day 26. Yesterday I quickly learned Scandinavian Defense, but I didn't manage to play a game in it. So hopefully today that we'll play a game in it and then decided if I want to um, delay it a bit or if I want to practice on it along with the London system. Um, and after that, I'm gonna quickly review the game, and then after that, I'll play a few puzzles and then play a few games. I can definitely feel like puzzles are very helpful for me to recognize the tactics more and more. Um, so that's good. And let's start for today. With London, no, London system, with the Scandinavian, it's King's Pawn opening, and then Queen's Pawn immediately attack the center. It make more sense for the white to immediately take it, and then black immediately take it with the queen. And then white develop the knight, attack the queen. Queen have two ways. One is to push it onto a5, and the other way is drop back to d8. There is another way, which is queen d6. It's doable, but I don't like it because that could face knight b5, and then queen would have to move it again. So I reckon I'll either do this or completely drop the queen back. And then with what's usually happen behind is knight out, and then I think is knight out, pawn push, and then bishop out, and then I think it's the other knight or something. So it's kind of like a or oh no, actually it's castling. So it's usually like that sequence if I play as black in the Scandinavian. And yeah, time for some puzzles. Okay, my opponent push the bishop here to attack my queen. They have a queen protecting the bishop here. I have a queen under attack and was originally checking the king. And oh, my opponent also have a rock here. Okay. It's not a great position for me. I mean, after bishop's move, then king could be equivalent to back rank checkmate because it can't move either way to escape. So if I can drop my queen to the end file here, then that would be a checkmate. But this would causing the bishop immediately take. So I could go here to check, and then either rock or bishop could drop back, and then I can just like take. My opponent moved the knight, attacking my bishop here. Could also be controlling the space. They also have a queen and rook line up for this. And then I have a queen here. I feel like, and I also have a rook controlling the end file. I feel like what they're aiming is after they remove the bishop here, that they can use the queen to drop. I take it with my rook, and then the rook take my rook, and that will be checkmate. So what can I do? My bishop is watching here, so I guess I can drop my queen there, and then they move the rook, attacking my knight. They also have a queen here to attack my knight and controlling these diagonal. And they keep both dark square and light square bishop and have a knight here controlling this. They also have a knight here not actually doing much thing. I have a king here very exposed. I have a bishop here undeveloped, a knight here undeveloped, a rook here undeveloped. I have a knight there controlling these two positions. And I have a queen here controlling the square. Then with my knight there, my queen could go here, give it a checkmate. However, this is protected by the bishop. Or my queen could go there, give it a check. King can move, and on top of that, queen could directly take my queen. If I take their queen, then my knight could also be taken. So I'm not only losing a piece, but also their rook will control the open file. Maybe it's time for me to develop my dark square bishop, give it a check. Yeah, actually, that would be checkmate. Hi, good evening, welcome. Find the best move for black. Have a queen here, relatively in the center, and also have a bishop here, under attack, under quite bad attack. But they are lining up to check the king. I have a knight here controlling this space. My opponent have a queen here controlling this space. Knight controlling here and a knight controlling here. I think I've saw this puzzle before. Queen to here, give it a check. King have to move, and then queen could drop down. And because this square is controlled by my knight, so that would be a checkmate. Let's move for black. I have a queen here, attacking here. I have dark square bishop controlling here. A rock here and a bishop controlling this diagonal but undeveloped. Knight here undeveloped. Rock here protecting this pawn, but it's under attack. So that is my piece. The knight here is controlling here. And a queen here controlling these part. And also have a rock lining up. So they could even do something like queen here. No, I have two pieces watching that place. So now they can't do that. They have knight here developed, watch the center, and the light square bishop undeveloped, and a rock here. I feel like even the queen take here. The king could just drop this way. I'm even thinking about this. Rock here, attacking the queen. And then I mean, when the queen move, I can take the rock. Another thing that I'm thinking is I can't go here, but I can go here. Just give king the check. I mean, knight can jump back. Rock could be bringing up. And then maybe I have time to move my rock to there. And I guess knight could immediately go there and get my rock another check. But after that, I can bring my bishop out, attack the queen, because the knight won't controlling this position anymore. If I do this, where could the queen go? Obviously not this line. Probably not here as well. I mean, it could still escape, so there's no point, because after rock here, and then let's say queen move to here or here, then I take the rock here, king could move that way, And then, oh, I can move the queen here, give it a check. After the king move again, I can take the knight here. That is not what I think. But why? Oh, I see. Because after rock move, queen move, they could. No, they can't. Okay. Not that. So my other thought would be queen here attack the king. So either king have to move, or they use a rock or the knight to block. Either there is no immediate threat for my queen. And then, oh, and then I guess I can drop back to take the knight. If you play rock d8, they just have queen e5. If I have rock d8, they have queen e5. Oh no, that could be quite bad. Because after, if I take the queen here, they could just drop it here, give me a check. And then with that take, knight can take, and then it will be equal trade. And then I can move my, oh no, actually. Save the queen and stop your check. If that's here, if the bishop here, queen here, I would like to take the queen first. And then if they take it here, I can still take the rock here. And then, yeah. Yeah, not winning piece in this situation. F4. F4. My opponent moved the rock. Still have one rock controlling the open file. I have a king here and a queen here. With this, they sort of control it there, but leave it here open so they can go here, they can go there, they can go there. So I'm thinking about getting my queen back, give it a check. It will run somewhere. Like with here, I can go there. give them a check. But if they go there, another thought I have is king f5. So just completely seal the position here. And then, but I guess they can just bring the rook up to give me a check. Yeah, I feel like if I don't give the king an immediate threat, that they would they could just keep checking me. Also, they are aiming this end pawn. They can take it, and that will be a check. So if my queen, I have two thoughts, either queen e1 or queen e5. Queen e1, give king a check. King would have to go this way, like, and then I can drop it here, give king another check. King would have to go back. If they go this way, can I even use my... I can't use the king to attack. I guess they can even go here. They can't go here, they can't go there, they can't go there. Well, if I move it down, they can. So they could either go back up or go down. Maybe I should move my king first. Just control here. And if I do that, I reckon they will bring the rook up, give me a check. And then I might have to drop down. Oh, I can do this. Yeah, I'll have another one and then I'll start the game. Queen goes here. Propose a queen exchange. And they have a knight here. Could go there. They have a rook here, currently not developed, and a bishop here, controlling these long diagonal. I only have two pieces left. A rook controlled open file, and this queen is currently control all the plays. King could go. Um, to check the king, I would have to go to this free square. Oh, actually, I have a bishop left. I mean, I can go there, give king a check. And yeah, no, that's everything. Oh, no, actually, bishop could take. And then I can bring my queen there, and that would be a checkmate. Cool. So let's play some game. Okay, I'm black. Let me see if I can play Scandinavian this time. Depends on if they do King's Pawn opening. And they not, so I will mirror them. Okay, interesting, interesting. They also doing London system, yeah. So I'm just copycat them. Okay. Now it's the difference. They put the light square bishop there to exchange. I mean, light square bishop would be quite useful for me because they are aligning on dark square, and light square could be a thing that I could get through. But currently, all the place that my light square could go, that is just like controlled by them. Only thing is that I have to exchange. How do I want to exchange? Well, I guess I will exchange. Queen take. And then which knight do I want to bring out? If I bring this knight out, maybe I can attack the queen and even go there. So yeah, I'll go this knight out. Also have to be aware this pawn could be a weak spot. The next step would be castle. I have two thoughts. One is bring the knight out. The other one would be using the dark square to challenge them. Because dark square bishop for them is a useful piece, but for me it's not a useful piece. Because their pawn are aligned on the dark square, and after the finish the setup here, that other than attacking their pawn, and maybe the things came out that I don't have much thing I could do. Okay, now the castle. With where the queen could reach, that's generally a safe spot. I guess my knight could go there, though they can just drop the queen there. So maybe it's not as useful because my knight take here would only attack the rock, and my nothing is watching this piece, so I can't. Yeah. But maybe I can do that. What do I want to do? Actually, I'll just bring my knight out. Maybe I can get my knight to here. That's relatively safe. And then that could also block their knight. Interesting. They could be pinning my knight to the king. They could also be attacking this pawn. I'm not too worried either way. And if I move this pawn, my knight would only have only queen support. Another thing I can think of is just let them take this pawn. And then after they take it here, I can move my rook there. Just chase the queen. And because my rook will be protected by the knight, and this pawn will be protected by the knight, and queen will protecting this pawn. And I mean, it's a open file. So I guess castle short side, let them take here, and then bring my rook in. Next step, I reckon I'll bring my knight in. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what they're aiming. This is protected by the knight. Knight is protected by the queen, and I'm thinking about bringing the knight here. It's just a more active space, and there is no immediate pawn push to chase it out. Okay, they push the pawn here. Not exactly sure what they're up to. They could preparing for this pawn push or this pawn push. Maybe my pawn will be driven away, but I can't see immediate threat. I can go there, attack the queen. Well, if the queen take here, my knight can drop back to take, so that would just be a queen trade. And then knight could go there, attack the rook, even though they move the knight to somewhere that they don't have enough time to move the rook, and I could potentially winning a more expensive piece. And then after I move my knight, they could just use the queen to take this pawn here. And then my rook will be under attack. Maybe not that. What else can I do? Oh, I guess one thing I could do is move the rook here, attack the queen. This pawn is still protected. And then, I mean, queen could drop back. And that will be protected by the pawn here. So it should be fine, I think. I think knight will be quite useful here. If I can get queen into this file and then have the knight in here, could be nice. Okay, queen move back, which is good. I guess in that case, I can move my knight, attack the queen again. But after that, what can I do? I still don't have anything controlling this square, so I can't take here. I mean, my queen is watching here. Yeah, only if I have a knight here, that would be really nice. If how can I bring this knight in? Here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that could be good. Okay, I'll try to do that rather than focusing it on the uncastling side just to win more piece. Now they have 2 rock connected and they have 2 knight connected, and also they are taking my knight. Well, if they attacked my knight, I can take it with a pawn. And that could be a nice fork. Only thing is that I need one thing to control that square. Maybe could push the pawn up. Is this endgame enough to do that game? To do that move? Or I can get my queen involved, but I currently don't have a good space to go to. And this knight can't get there enough. So yeah, I'll push this. I mean, even they go to this diagonal, I still have 2 pawns here protecting, so that should be okay. Hopefully. Depends on what they do. I might still get my knight here. Okay, they push the pawn. If they take, I mean, I can take it with queen. Oh, but if they push forward, that will be a pawn fork. So because I don't want that happen, I think take will be my best move. And then they can still do that, which is annoying. What else can I do? I mean, I can drop my queen back. That doesn't do much thing, but after I move my knight, maybe here is a way that could be involve my queen. And then even though they push it here, that I won't face a pawn fork. But the problem of that is also after the knight take, pawn take, that my pawn don't have a support anymore. So the queen could directly take the pawn. That I won't be able to do my idea. Yeah, I think for it here, it would still be better to take. And then the queen is involved with where it can reach. I think this pawn would be most dangerous. Also, that could align this move. After the knight move there, then the knight will controlling this square, and then the queen could take it here, checkmate. So I have to watch for that. With the queen here, ideally not here because that's still facing that move. I mean, could go there, supporting the pawn there, but that's also facing this move. And also, if the queen take here, then that would be immediate check. It will be more awkward for me. What else can I do? Maybe I should just lose this pawn here and then just do this move, preventing the knight to come in. And after the take it here, I can just shift the space. And then they... Oh! Nice. That is not hanging. It was protected by the rock. Okay. So now I only need to preventing this move. And then I can do something there. I feel like their next move could be this. And then I'll move my rock here. Protecting it here. And then if they do this, I can take the pawn here, or I can take it with the pawn. Like I said before, I move the knight. Doing this, I would have to be cautious to have it have it protected and not let it hang. Is there anything I can do it on this side? Okay, they leave the skip square. I can still try to do that. Oh, if I can get my knight to the place. To that, I think have my rock here wouldn't be too scary because there is no immediate kick that they can do. So after this, I can do this. One thing is that if I put it here, let's say that they don't immediately push for this move, that they're doing something else, like include the rock into the game, then my knight can't move it there anymore because if I leave, the rock here will be hanging. So I feel like maybe rather than that, move the rock this way. If they push further, I'll use the rock to take and still protecting here. But also that will be protected by my knight. And also I can even push my queen here. Yeah, I reckon I'll do this. Yeah, they include the rock into the game. Now maybe it's time. Or actually, should I move my queen up first? Or should I move my queen there first? Just controlling the square as well so that I can move my knight safely. If they drop the rock, that will be a trade. Here doesn't do much thing. Here I can immediately take it with my queen. So yeah, that should be fine. Rock is protected by the pawn here, unless they move the queen to this diagonal. Also, I feel like I could take the pawn here. I have to keep in mind that the rock is protecting there as well. If I can align up the rock and the queen on this file, it would be nice. I don't think it will be easy. I think, so here is protected, but here is not. I think they might aiming to take it here. If they take it here, because my next move is knight move to there, queen is protecting, they take it here. They could take it here, but without the queen, they can't. I should be safe enough to do that. And then what? I can jump to here, but without the queen protecting there. How am I gonna do that? And also they have more things. Also, if I take it here, they can immediately use the queen to take rather than open up the king. How about I get my knight there? And that is protected by the pawn, and also is protecting this pawn. And then maybe I can get to this side, give king a check here. And also I'll push this pawn up before I move the knight, because otherwise they can just take it again. This piece is hanging though, I just realized. And also, queen is hanging as well. What would be the thing I can do about it? So they have some hanging piece, and I want to punish it. Okay, they move the queen back. I guess attacking my rock. My next, I have another thought that other than the knight move, I can move the rock out of the way and also taking this pawn. And or another thought would be move my knight here, attack the queen, and also protecting my rock here. But with that move, I guess they can directly use a rock to take it. So yeah, I'll do it here. They now lining up the rock. I feel like so they next move could be this. I reckon maybe now it is the time to move my queen here, aligning up for this. And if they drop their rock, I have to be aware that queen is still controlling here. So I guess. Oh wait, I can challenge the queen here, and then no, I can't winning it. Yeah, I'll challenge the queen and see. Because no matter what, then I guess my rock would have a way up to go. Also, now I can use the rock to take the knight here, and then they can't take it back because the pawn is pinned. Depends on what I do. I might just winning this 3-piece here. If they take, I'll take back with the king. But I mean, they could go there, attack my queen. Wait, if they do that, that would be a checkmate basically. If they do that, queen is pinned to the king, and then this queen is watching here. Then after knight move, I can't immediately move the knight, and then queen directly take here. That would be screwed. They are pinning my 2 pieces. If I take it here, they could have taken my rock. That wouldn't be as fun. I could bring my knight into the game or just drop it down somewhere. Okay. Now they're doing this, but they don't have a lost on time, but they don't have the queen there anymore. I have a miss. Really? I'll move 12. they could take your a7 pawn if you move the knight to b4, but if they did, then knight c2 win a rock. I was what? b4, knight b4. If I do that, I was worried they will win a rock. They will win, like, take the a7 pawn, and then but then I can go there. Ah, true. So if I do this, they do this, I do that. They are likely to move the knight. Let the rock connected. I take the rock. No, I take the rock. They likely to take it back. And then I can take the knight. Or I can move my knight. If you jump the knight here, just control 2 knight. Yeah, I came across it a few times and then realized actually I don't have to worry too much about the pawn structure being break, because that would also give me an open file to use my rock. That was quite nice. Move 12, taking this rock. I'm curious to see what did I miss. I feel like give me more time. I could have won this game. And now 15-10 is not enough time for me. Okay, this one is specifically bad. Is it bad for white? I was black. I should take here, like what the engine said. And then they could just take the rock here. Oh, but I guess I can checkmate. Probably. I don't think there is a way. Huh. True. How could I not see that? But if the knight take, if I move the knight there, and then they take here, then I guess I can, that will still be that will still be controlled by the rock. See, this is the sacrifice, like, that could help me winning quite a lot, and I just couldn't see it in the game. But if I go there, then they move the knight. Ah, that would be that, because that is a check, so I would have to take it. And then that's the same situation. They say queen go there. Oh my god. That's a check. But if I go there to block, queen can take here. If I take it with the queen, then I will lose a knight in between. I might drop it back in this case. I'll move 16. You will worry about c5 fork. I'll move 16. Yeah, I was worried about c5 fork. But you could take it with your knight, so it was not a threat yet. But good job on spotting it. How could I not see that the knight could jump back? This is so annoying. No, I didn't see it at all. Queen on d3 hangs. Yes, it was hang. It's more annoying that sometimes I notice people hang their piece, but I don't already have something in hand to take it. Okay, this is a miss that they were saying. They reckon I should do this. Why is that? I guess they can't take here, they can't take here, can't take here. And they can't go down, they can't go on this part, they can't go there. And they can't take the knight. Does that mean that I could have captured the queen here? Here would be a good move. Why can't I move the rock here? Because the queen is already trapped. And then with it here, I am still winning. So I trade a knight and a rock for a queen. I personally think it's still worth it. And then I could focus on pushing the pawn. I shouldn't have take here. If I do take here, they can move the rock. And then if I don't move my queen, I'll lose my queen. But if I move my queen, they could drop her back here and then back rank checkmate. Not that close, but it will be pretty close. Wait, I shouldn't take. I should have push up to challenge here again. And that come in with the move of the knight. Good point. And I think they missed the mating sequence. Like, they could go here. Oh, that's probably not this early. I move, and then they move the knight. Oh, I guess it's not that mating because I could take the queen. I could do the queen trade. Ooh. Just gonna quickly run to the bathroom and then play another game. Oh, now another game. I'm white. Linear system. Okay. This move, I usually come across these moves. Like the queen or the bishop would get out. I would choose to protect my pawn first and then controlling the square for the queen. And then if they push the bishop out, then I guess I can attack with the bishop. Knight out controlling the squares. I reckon I'll do the same, controlling these. Wait. I might not originally plan to play Linden system. This is not the Linden system because that's blocking the pawn here. And I can't form a pawn structure. This is hilarious. Oh well, it is what it is. Just start to think what the next move should I do. With the original plan, I guess my dark square bishop won't trap, seeing that this can't be pushed up easily. So maybe I'll push it up here and start to put my light square bishop in the middle. This was my next thought. After this, I think I might push this up. Okay. Are they aiming for this? So that they can get their bishop out? What can I do? I'm even thinking about this. I'm put this in first because I don't quite understand this move. I am thinking, are they aiming for this move? So that they can let their bishop out and maybe attacking here. But I guess I would be happy to take it. Okay, they just close the space here. I don't understand why they do it in 2 moves. They wasted a move. I'm thinking about resolving the tension here. I could either push it up, poking them to take my knight, and then save my dark square bishop. Or I could jump the knight, maybe prepare for this move to take the rock here, and then trade the dark square bishop, which would probably be more useful to me. And with the knight goes there, that would be protected by my light square bishop. But how about here? I need to think about the way to control that space before my knight go there. That's might be too much effort for me. So I'll do the knight trade for bishop. Unless they drop back and maintain it. If they do that, I'll castle first. I haven't decided, do I want to castle long side or short side? They are thinking, okay, I can see two moves. I mean, if they take it here, at least I have a pawn that I can take back. Here, queen take. Here is a dangerous move, because that fork the queen and the rook. I mean, my king could take, but the problem was here is that this will be an open file. If I want to, especially if I want to castle on the short side, this could be a problem. And here, I could castle to solve this problem. I could also move my queen up to control there and leave my castle rights. Probably say castle. I think here is fine because my opponent have already lost their dark square bishop, and also their light square bishop is blocked on the other side. So I think short castle side would naturally give me slightly more benefit to to just play that side. I think my opponent is thinking about, do they want to trade here or do they don't want to trade here? If they do want to trade here, I'll get my rock onto this open file. And it would be nice if they don't take here. So now the situation is that, do I want to take this? If I do, I take it here. There's no immediate things they can take with, and that will be protected by my knight. They can push it here, and I then can move my bishop out of dangerous and also protected by the pawn here, and they can't, or even if they take, I can still take it. Or, you know what, I can even take it with the knight. And then my knight will be protected by the pawn here. And then I don't leave empty space here, and I like it. Also, I have to be aware knights controlling these two square, and currently where the queen and the light square bishop could go is sort of fine. I guess that's also open up for the light square bishop. would be nice going there if there is a possible. If possible, I like to move my bishop next. That's actually quite awkward because move it here, they could just push it up, and then knight is controlling. I guess in that case, I will have to move my pawn. And what are they? Okay, they might be aiming for here. Maybe this is the perfect time for me to get my bishop back, supporting here and move it out of the danger. That would be nice, but their pawn could take. Um, like screw bishop. Where exactly are they attacking? They're still attacking here. It's sort of fine. They're attacking here. It's also sort of fine. Part of me starts to wonder if I should trade for the knight, because the knight there is quite annoying. And I can move the knight away. And then the pawn here would controlling these two spaces, but also it would be sort of hanging. Don't have to worry about that much, I think. Or I can leave it here. No, I reckon I'll remove it. Just reduce some difficulties. Thinking about developing my bishop, attack the rock here. It's a fair trade in my eye. That would also help them to move the rock to the center. Okay. They move it here. I think they might aiming for this. Or I'm even thinking, are they aiming to go somewhere else? I don't know, but I think this would be a good idea. Just to support. Even though I don't quite sure what they're up to. I was thinking about moving it here, but I guess bishop is watching there. I can see the aiming for this. After they take that take, this take, ooh, almost Moslem. Then, yeah, queen will be discovered. With that, yeah, I really like having the queen to this file because after this is pinned, then my knight could go there and protect it. That would be a fork, but I need something to protect here. To protect there, maybe I can get my queen to this part. Just attacking there. Yeah, that could be quite nice, because queen could directly here is protected by my knight, and then I could just get my... I like that move. I can take here. But then they can immediately take back. My queen can't take. Ah, this is very annoying. This is very annoying. If I want to save my queen, I can't. Yeah, I can't see any move to immediately give the king a check. So I guess I'll trace. I wonder if they're gonna do this. Is there any dark square? Yeah, that would do this, like I said. I mean, I can just push it up. I can just push it up here, attack here. And because that is protected by my queen and the knight, it would have to move. And then I guess I can take it here. And then I feel like here could be the file that will open up first. So probably it would be nice to get the rock into this open file. This is the problem of I lost the light square bishop. That could be very useful for me, because imagine that if I have the light square bishop here. Okay, they attack my bishop. So if I take, I imagine they would take. Then take it here. They could control the open file. And then, but I guess, oh, actually, because nothing is attacking my knight at the moment. I guess I can leave it hanging just to do this. And then after they take, I can continue take. And then they still have to resolve it here because it's still protected. And they don't have an immediate move to attack both of my pieces at the same time. Okay, they move. I could trade my knight with it. Does it worth it? So if I take here, they are likely to take with this. That will be equal pieces, and then I can take it here and immediately attack there. Though that is protected by the queen. I might move the bishop back, but that would be dangerous. Don't know, but I could also include my bishop, and then after this move, they take, I take, that will be equal. That my queen would be maybe I should just reduce, because I really like this move. Unfortunately, I can't do it. Yeah, I will reduce the difficulty here. Ah, I didn't realize it was a queen could also do that. Okay, with this move, I can't do this. And also my bishop is under attack. Do have to think about it. Maybe I can drop it back. Yeah. Now I can't move my queen because this is protected. And the queen can't always stay here to protect it. Knight out, attacking my bishop. Move my bishop. Could go here, attack this. They could easily move. That's not as smart. I could move back to here. Controlling where it could go. I mean, it could also go here. But this could be a nice lineup. Oh, but that would block my queens protecting here. With it here, they can't take because queen is watching, and with it here, that it would be block. There would also be block. Do I care about the trade? Like, if they do this, like, I mean, I can still trade, right? Because the dark square is not as useful. Maybe I should push it here. If they take, I can take it back. Though my king would be open. I don't know, man. This is so difficult. So now I can do this. Attack the queen. I can also push this up. Are they currently try to aiming to stacking this? Okay, I wonder if they are aiming to do this. I have 3 pieces controlling it. They at most have 3 pieces attacking it. If I take it here, they could stacking up their last piece. But I could also keep pushing it. And then, let's say queen move or something, I can just keep pushing it. And then develop a piece. And then probably push it here, supporting it, or even push it further. I wonder if they would do this. If I take the queen, they would take my queen. Well, if they do this, okay, they didn't. They attacking here. Well, I guess I'm thinking about doing this. And then in this case, also this rock is hanging. If I push it here, that would also protecting here. So my next move would be keep pushing. And then I can try to focus on checkmate him. Okay, they went back. I reckon I might just push this up. They push it here. Now, if I move this, they would take the pawn here, make it unsupported. But if I keep pushing, well, I guess they could bring the rock here. Or what can I do? Here is controlling. Oh, actually, maybe I can bring my rock into the game. That would be protected by the pawn here and attack the queen there. Nothing is protecting. Maybe I'll do this. Ah, okay. I should be able to have enough time to run. Maybe I can even do this and take it there. Okay, I can't do that because there is nothing supporting it. They bring it back, attacking here. I can do this, I guess. Protect. Nothing protecting here. I'm thinking about taking it here. If I can have my queen protecting here, then maybe I can get my rock. No, I can't, actually, rather than that. It's fair to do this. And then I can have my queen lining up. I feel like queen might not be a good idea. They're both attacking here. That's fine. I can drop my rock back to protecting here. Okay. This rock is unprotected. If I move my queen there, then that will be pinned. Okay. Check, and then win the rock. Okay, what can I do? I guess I can do this. Have another support here so that I can just focusing on my queen to check the king there. Maybe I should also bring my other rock into the game. I could go there, give them a check. And then win the queen there after they drop back down. That will be my next move. Oh, that was very close. It's a tough game. Okay, that's how I lost my light square bishop. It's hard to say that it's better to keep my light square bishop or lose it, because at the end game I did find that it's not as useful to lose my light square bishop. I could have done something with it. I wonder if they go this way, that would be slightly different, because then after my queen take. Oh, I just realized I can't because of the rock here. Yeah, I'm pretty close to checkmate, I reckon. Yeah, I feel like probably develop the promote the pawn would be what I would go for if I am black. That check. They can't take it, so they would have to drop. I feel like here would make more sense. Um, hmm. I wonder what I do here. It's probably gonna promote as well. Wait, actually, I might take it here. And I feel like they would take it back. Wait, is that stalemate? No, that's checkmate, I think. Yeah, if I go like this, that would be checkmate. Man, what a game. It was so struggle. Might play another game. Okay, I'm black. I might be able to play the Scandinavian after they take. I'll take with the queen, but they choose to close position. So in that case, I might close the position as well. I reckon they will do this. They didn't. They have a knight here to control. I feel like that might somewhat, yeah, somewhat start to look like French. I wonder, should I push the pawn up just to remove the pawn that they would push? Okay, so now they attacking here. They just controlling the 2 place. You know what? I'm even thinking about this move. It's not a usual move. But if they take, I can take here. But then, well, if I push it up, then I guess the knight can move. Hard to say if it's actually a good move. Anyway, I'll get my knight out, controlling here. They develop the bishop so that they can castle. That's also pin the knight to the king. I will use it to protect. I don't think this is actually a good move. But here could be a good move. Now if I push it here, all the places knight could jump to, that is in a more active square attacking me, is controlled by my bishop. So I can take the bishop, but I can take their knight using my bishop. They both attacking here. Luckily, I have 2 pieces control that, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, this piece is quite annoying because now my bishop and knight couldn't get out. I guess maybe now is the time to use the FL pawn to just like remove the pawn here. They are aiming for this space. With it here, this doesn't have any immediate threat. But here is not controlled and could attack both pieces. But my dark square bishop is not as useful, I guess. Or was it here? Yeah, my rook will be in danger, so I don't like it. I reckon I'll move my knight there, and if they take, I can move this piece away, and then I'll probably castle alongside, no matter which side. That doesn't sound. Either is suck. Yeah, I will lost my dark square bishop, but that is fine. Only because like now my dark square is completely, it was basically blocked here. so it doesn't do much thing. I can move my queen here, save my queen, and then take this pawn here. Well, like maybe threaten to take the knight. At least here is more active. And they already lost their light square bishop. Can't do anything. Also, just realized that's nicely lining up there. How did I not see that move? I don't like this. I don't like this. Knight take or bishop take? Probably bishop. That's protected by my knight. It's fine. They might be aimed for this. I'm just feeling too sad that I don't want to move. I think king go here, because the queen is currently in light square. But I guess they do also open up for the dark square bishop. But with it there, I can still go up and then bring the rock in. Likely to be here. That is not very threatening. And then I can go there. Okay. They attack my bishop. I'll protect it. And also bring the rock in. I wanna cry. Not exactly sure what they're aiming for. Are they aiming for here? Bring the rock into the game. Let it control open fire. Okay. Guess it will be trade now. I mean, 2 rock is connected with the bishop dropped back. That's also connected, or even I can go there. Also, this is sliding up. Oh! Just realized my king is under attack. Well, unfortunate. I'll lose my bishop. But also, I am thinking about this. That would be a check, king move. Rock to here, because that is a discover check, king would have to move. No, that would be checkmate. Wait, actually, this is controlled, and that will be attack. Yeah, I was somehow thinking that, oh, they have to move the king, and then I will have time to take the queen. But no. Wait, they have a way? Ah, they can push the pawn to block. But still, I can win the queen. Now I'm blocked. So I guess I would have to take, or I can't. No, I can't. I have to do it with the king first. Likely bring the rock into the game. I am thinking bring the rock here and then take the pawn here. So let's say if I bring the rock into the game, I feel like they could play it here or here. With that there, I can do this first. Give king a check. King would have to move. Then I can bring the rock, the other rock into the game. And then they would have to move again. So that's actually doable. With it here, I can directly take. So as this one, if they do it here, I can directly take. So I think their next move would be probably likely to be this rock, because it's like bring into the center. I don't know if that's actually the case. I should be very close to checkmate. Hopefully. Ah. But now I can do this. They can either go back or go there. Or, you know, I can go there. They would have to go there. And then I will go back. If they go this way, I will go that way. And if they go that way, I will come back that way. Yep, I think this would be, because they don't have enough time to take it here. Hmm. If I do this, they could keep going. So I was thinking if I do this, that's not great. If I move my king there, then they take. I mean, I can take with it there, and because my king is here, so they can't do. They would have to move. And let's say even if they take it here, so because these are controlled by my king, that means if I drop it, that would be checkmate. Okay, this game is difficult as well. But I'm happy to win. I think, yeah, I did see this move, and I thought this I thought this would work. But then I didn't see that move. It was painful to be family forked. Lost my queen. Um but it's also nice that I managed to use a tactic here. Like, it's a good point that they finding this move, that fork my king and the bishop, winning this pre-piece. But also, I'm very happy that I managed to find this discover, that after the sequence that I managed to discover check on the king, and then be able to win the queen. It's nice fork from my opponent that take my bishop. Yeah, if they don't move the rook, that would be a mate in one. But then I realize it's not easy to do that. Anyway, that's today. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. I hope you have a good evening. I reviewed the Scandinavian Defense. I think I played one game in it, but I quickly transferred into something else. Yeah, I think it's just this one. Yeah, I was aiming to play Scandinavian, but then after they closed the position, well, I close the position and then they bring the knight out. I just transfer into French defense. Like they didn't take me, so didn't manage to actually play Scandinavian. But yeah, other than that, um, yeah, play a few puzzles and then play 3 games. I think 3 is relatively well set up for me, that I have enough time to play the game to actually be able to focus. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for supporting again. I hope you have a good weekend. I'll see you next week.